down there and looked at it, and sure enough, like exactly like you said, all of her tire tracks. So it's pretty fun.
You see them? No, they're on the hillside, going over the top. Something booed out to the right. It went over the top, but there's one in the very bottom, further on the right side. You sure it was a wolf? You saw it through the scope? Well, there's still one way out there to the right. There's one to the right out there.
You got him. Hit him again. Rutted out spike. You know, did you see his neck? His neck was huge. He looked so tough, and then he goes, ding.
November 27th, day before Thanksgiving. Looking for a late November buck. I do not have a tag. My uncle does, and my dad does. So I'm just glassing for them today. But I've seen some deer on the way in. Nothing on public yet, but that's what we're looking to do right now. Catch you later. First deer on public land spotted. She's probably about 1,000 yards away. I'll see if I can get some video of her. So, let's go, baby. Right now, I'm just gonna walk this ridge line, stop the fuel bit and glass back into these draws that I couldn't see from where I was glassing earlier. I think we're going to plan to head back to the truck soon. So, I'm probably going to make a big loop and then follow the road back to the truck. Well, they left me. No. They just went to go pick up my dad. Went back to pick me up, so... I mean, that's a wrap for tonight as far as I know, unless they saw something. Because, I mean, it's still light out. Like, the sun's still peeking through. I mean, it's going down, but probably another 45 minutes of shooting light. So, it's possible they saw something. That's why I came back, but I saw the truck, so I bombed down here, but they already passed to pick my dad up, so... yeah. I'm just gonna pack up my thingy right there, whatever it's called. Tripod. And then, put it right here. Yeah. they going? What?
They're right there.
I see it.
Where's your deer, Luke?
We haven't picked it up yet.
Oh,
Sweet. I just put it, or I got her all in my pack, and that's about it. Just to go around the top and stay at the same elevation.
Yeah.
So I did that, and got to the edge of the next ridge and sat down, glass. I didn't see him right away. Actually, it was quite a while. I was sitting there glassing for probably a half hour at least.
Okay.
Because I was like, I thought maybe he had, come up over the ridge, and then he would work his way up that next draw to find his does. But after a while, I was like, yeah, it probably took me too long to get to the next ridge. He's probably long gone. So I was actually getting ready to leave, and I pulled at my binoculars one more time and saw him bedded down 260 yards over on the other side of the draw. And so I was like, oh, wow. So I got my backpack down, got a good rest, and ranged it, got dialed and everything. He was bedded down. He was kind of like curled up a little, like mid amongst some trees, but he was kind of facing uphill away from me, so I didn't really know how I wanted to shoot him because I didn't want to blow up his back strap. Probably have to go through his guts too to get to his vitals. So he had his head up, so I decided just to try to shoot him in the neck.
Old school.
What's that?
Old school.
Yeah. Is that old school?
Oh yeah, a lot of old guys, but that's all they expect. They don't want to waste their meat.
Yeah, well that's what I was thinking too. I was like, well, save some meat. So I shot, and I could tell right away that I hit him. He kind of like sprawled out, or it kind of stretched his neck out and stretched all his legs out, and then he kind of tensed up, and then slowly like the head went to the ground. So I was like, oh sweet, he's dead. But then he popped his head back up, and I was like, ah. And then it kind of went back down to the ground, and then he kept going up and down with his head. His body was completely still. I was like, okay, he's probably just either bleeding out or he's paralyzed or both. So I was like, I'll just watch him for a minute or two, see if he bleeds out. And there were a couple times he had his head down for like good 20-30 seconds, and I was like, okay, he's probably dead now. And then he'd pop his head back up. I was like, man, what? Like, where did I hit him that would be happening? So eventually, after a couple minutes, I was like, I should just shoot him again. Try to put him out of his misery.
Side by side bros? No. So say that again, Luke?
After a couple minutes, just decided I should try to shoot him again, put him out of his misery. But his vitals were still not very easily shootable. So, and he wasn't really fully lifting up his head anymore because there's obviously something wrong with him. So I just waited. Eventually, he lifted his head up high enough where I had a pretty good view of his neck again. I think it might be off to the right there, maybe. Maybe not. So I shot again, and that time there's a big splatter of blood on the snow, and he like rolled down the hill and like twitched a couple times. And then I was like, okay, now he's dead.
Yeah. How close were you then?
260 at both shots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't see.
You're good.
That's cool.
Wow. Yeah, but
sniper.
No, seriously. 260 yard hedge.
I'd have broke his back, and then I would have like hit a hind quarter, and then I would have checked his heart shot.
But the first shot was right in the middle of his neck, right where I was aiming. I don't know. It didn't break his spine, or at least it didn't blow it up. impact, or I don't know for sure. I don't know if it paralyzed him just from the shock or what. 'Cause it didn't hit any like major arteries or anything either. There wasn't a ton of blood from that shot. That was a little puzzling. But then the second shot, he was kind of facing, his head was kind of turned away from me, and it hit right at the base of his skull, right in the back of his neck.